TatiannaJ, I'm back.
You don't know me. You don't know. You're so immature. Call it what you want, but I can see you don't know me.
Welcome back to the Unpleasant Thoughts Podcast. It's your boy Shampoo, aka Big Shampoo. And we have a returning guest.
TatiannaJ, I'm back.
Alright,
I'm
it's
back.
good to have you back. Let the people know where they can find you. And a little bit about what you do, just in case they ain't catch you the first time. But if you didn't, go watch it.
Okay, so I should be your favorite episode. If not, it's okay. We got this one. But I'm a singer. I'm from the DMV. I call myself the DMV Princess. It is a name that I gave myself, but I mean, I live up to it, so it's fine. You can find me at social media at I'm Tatiana. That's 2 N's, 2 A's, and it'll say DMV Princess, so you'll be able to find me right there. And pretty much everywhere else, I'm Tatiana. Well, TatiannaJ.
Alright, appreciate you for coming back, man. Thank you. Also, we got another session coming from her.
Mm-hmm.
Her song, Immature.
Immature. Yeah, Immature drops November 3rd. My birthday. Save the date.
It's a hit. Just know
It
that.
is.
Just know that.
It is.
I got the sneak peek exclusive. Y'all gonna hear it.
Yeah.
I heard it. But
It's nice. It's nice for real.
So, what have you been up to since the last time you've been on the platform?
Well, shit. Was I in college at that time? I don't know. Well, I dropped out of college.
Okay, Kanye.
Best decision I made. I'm really in my Kanye era for real. I left college. I moved to LA. That was a big thing. Then I jumped to a couple different states. I ain't telling nobody that. Everybody kind of thinks I'm still in LA as we speak right now.
So where was the decision that made you drop out of college? That say, all right, I'm gonna do, because that's a big decision to make.
To leave college?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
It's a big decision to go to college and which college you gonna pick, but it's definitely.
First of all, I didn't even want to go to college. That was number one. And then when I got in there, like 2 weeks of me being in there, I already jumped straight to music. Like I had ended up on a little radio, had opened up for Meek and them, and then I ended up in LA for like 2 weeks. So I only went to class like a month.
So you were only in college for a month before you said?
Actively, like engaged in college for a month. Everything else, I don't know. But then when I had left, it was more of a, I don't know, I think every college student that goes to college, there's a moment where you have like this mental health type shit. So I kind of had like a really low place. So when I left, it was like, I'm not going back type shit. And I just went on with life. I went and got a job, which I mean, I don't recommend. Like if you're in school, stay in school. Like some of my friends, they still in there and they about to graduate and shit, which is kind of weird for me because I'm like, damn, I would have graduated sooner. But I mean, I'm still a student, just a student of life.
I like that. I get it though. Your path isn't for everyone.
Yeah, everybody, to each his own, honestly.
So you said LA. What made you? Where did you go to school at statewide?
So I went to Bowie State.
Bowie State.
I mean, I'm gonna say I'm a Bowie State alum. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not, but like everybody at Bowie State know who I am. So basically, but yeah, Bowie was my shit. But I went to a couple of different places. Like I ended up going to Morgan, not like as a student, but I feel like when you're in school, especially in Maryland or like the DMV area, like y'all just so close that it's like I go to this school, you go to this school too.
Okay, so what took you to LA?
I mean, we was talking about it earlier. I was like, I ain't got no kids. I'm not married. I was just like, shit. But honestly, to be honest, for real, I felt like, I mean, there's so much more I could have done here in the DMV. But as young as I am, I was just like, I had done so much already. And I just didn't want to get, like, it got to a point where people knew who I was, they knew my name, they knew my music, and I didn't want to get comfortable. And I feel like people get really comfortable in the DMV. That's why I don't really like everybody that's here. Everybody makes music, but out here, like when you go out here, they don't be knowing shit. Like I done gotten in full-on arguments with people about DMV music. They like, oh, y'all done got your own sound, but they'll listen to me and be like, oh my God, you're fire. I'm like, I'm from the DMV though. You know what I'm saying?
There's different scenes out here. Everyone just isn't hip to all the scenes. It's because there's certain particular music that might travel more, but. We done had a lot of people on this platform that sounds nothing like
what you think it would sound. But I think because who's, broadcasting. Like, we got a lot of DC rappers, love them to death. You know what I'm saying? I've worked with a couple of them. But it's just like, that's not the sound. It is like a DC rap type shit. But as far as like singing and stuff, like the amount of times I've gone into the studio with these different rappers, they just be like, damn, like you sing like, yeah, and there's a few of them out here too.
We have some good singers from here. There's definitely some good singers from here. And sometimes there's a lot of emphasis on the rap, but I like the R&B scene too.
We haven't met each other. You know what I'm saying? Like how I do it, and then how other people do it and stuff. It's like there's no, the algorithm, the way that it works, I just don't see you. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard.
I need to do better. I need to get a part of that algorithm.
I mean, yes, you do. I'm glad you said it.
I need to. Because I notice sometimes people, they do say, we don't got these type of artists here. And I think that we do. They just sometimes don't have the place to promote themselves because people really, if they want to interview somebody, they want to look and interview somebody with the biggest fan base already. I don't really think that's a lot of times where the talent lies necessarily in the numbers, like far as followers and views. Yeah. Because you might have somebody with 30 views, they can sing like a motherfucker.
It's just promo, like promo on top of promo. Like, this is a promotional thing, you know what I'm saying? But it's also like promo for this, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to push this and push that. Everybody just has to do a better job.
Yeah, like artists don't know about like press runs. Like for example, like big artists, they will come when they dropping something, they'll be on this platform, that platform, that platform. Mm-hmm. But I get though here, if they like not the biggest artists, they may not have the opportunity to get on certain platforms because of their follower count.
There's always a price, honestly. And then for real finesse. Like, I feel like being from the DMV, we some finessing ass motherfuckers. Like, and that's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing. But it's like, if you from here, you know how to manipulate a situation. Sometimes manipulation is bad. You just gotta manipulate in a good way. Okay? Like, manipulate the situation for it to work for you. Like, everybody be out here being manipulative in bad ways. You can't do this shit for something else, like for a craft or something, but benefits you where it doesn't hurt somebody else.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it could benefit everybody in the situation.
Yeah, like everywhere I go, I tell people.
So tell me a little about the LA experience. How was that when you got there, and what did you do when you were there?
LA was definitely like.
And what was the biggest difference also from here?
Bro, no hate to LA. I mean, LA is cool. But I've always said, like, LA wouldn't be somewhere where I would live, so I don't know why I decided to live there. But, like, it was cool to experience. Like, LA is, like, great for networking. Like, you're just going to meet a lot of people. Like, I met a couple artists not knowing that they're artists, and they be big-ass artists. Like, you just don't know. So, it's like I went to, like, this one place called, like, Moxie downtown, and it was the BET experience. It was the BET experience, and I had just gone. And, like, I ended up, like, you just end up, like, on the 70th floor or, like, the 8th floor. I don't know. Like, you just go up there, nigga. You see people that you watch on social media, TV, and all types of shit. And I remember I was just standing there, like, I was by myself. Not the smartest thing. Like, you don't want to be by yourself in LA. As a female. That's number one. But me, first of all, it was hard to adjust. Like, out here, I can move however I want to move. I can go somewhere by myself. Why? Because there's a lot of different people watching me or knowing who I am. Or it's like, okay, we can come. She around the corner. I'm going to make sure they can watch her. It wasn't like that in LA. But I had gone, and, like, I would talk to, like, people would come to, like, oh, hey, like, what's up? Of course, everybody's, you know, talking to each other and shit like that. And then, like, you'll get connected on social media. I met, like, PR agents, managers, DJs and shit that have been, like, I know one DJ I met, she did, like, Rolling Loud a couple months before. And she was just like, I like you. And then found my music. Like, it's that easy out there. So it was cool for shit like that. But, like, what I did not like about LA is, like, this sounds crazy, especially being a black person. Like, it was so sunny every day. And it was just, like, you wake up in the morning, the sun come out, and then it's nighttime. And it's like you can't track the days. There's no seasons changes. Like, you really don't get rain. It's just like you're just going on. It felt like I wasn't really living, which is weird.
Do you have a favorite season?
like the smell of rain.
So they just like on summer.
They are in summer part 2 right now. Like it was like 3-digit weather right now. Like they just like it's hot as shit. Like they like how we be like our weather is bipolar, where it's like we got too many seasons.
Yeah, in one
year. Yeah, like you gotta prepare to dress for different times of the day.
You gotta actually look at
LA,
damn weather.
you know exactly what it's going to be in LA.
You say never rains in Southern California.
It gets tiring.
Okay, see, I never been there, so I never experienced. I've only really been here for real, especially for like extended period of time. So I'm used to the weather switching.
I don't want to spit on LA. LA's cool, but before I went, my dad was like, Tati, be smart. You're going to the city of Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? Like I had gone to this restaurant out there. Like they got some nice ass places. I mean, you're not gonna get no crab cakes. I still haven't got one since I've been.
They don't sell them.
Nigga, it's not the same.
Oh, okay. You probably don't want one.
Hell no. Like, and you'll meet people. I was talking to this one girl, and I felt her energy. And I'm like, where are you from? She's like, I'm from D.C. And I'm like, is this crab cake good? She's like, girl, no. Just because, like, here we got the Chesapeake Bay. That's where we get our crabs from. Over there, you got to think Asia is closer to California on the world map. So their seafood is coming from wherever they got going on over there. It's just not the same. They don't make it the same. They don't put no mustard with it. Like, it's just not right. I was very upset.
So you told me you've only been in like two movies. The LA, that's kind of their thing where they're known for like film. Did you have any opportunities to appear in anything like that? Because I feel like that's more of a reason to move out there as opposed to like a musician.
I mean, honestly, Atlanta would be that now because it's like Black Hollywood.
Okay, so things
Hollywood, LA is like if you make it. Like I mean, like if you for real done made it, that's where you would go and you can do anything there. But I don't think LA is like really a place for creativity. Like the same thing how we're here and it's like everybody's trying to do music. The DMV, it seems big. Like to me, it seems big before I went to LA. Nigga, I went to LA. LA is just a small thing of California. Like California is like the size of like as if you're in New York and you're going to Florida.
Yeah, they got that
shit is huge.
They got
so
a rack of sports teams.
Bro, imagine everybody's doing music like they do out here. It's more people out there. It's the same shit, and they be out there. Some people done got a record deal before. Like I had this one person that I'm talking to, but. He was signed and he was doing good. Like he lived off that shit for like 2-3 years, and it just depleted. You know what I'm saying? Like before you to get an apartment.
Was he able like to release music? Because sometimes people sign, but they can't really.
Hell yeah! Like it was. Like they had like a really good hit. It was a group, and for it to be a group and everybody in the group to be able to live like prices in LA is crazy. Like. Especially to live like downtown or live there, period. It's like $4,000 for a 1-bedroom. So if you're living for 2 years or 3 years off of a record deal, you did pretty well. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like that shit can get burnt out, bro. Is insane. Oh, nigga, that's part of the reason why I left.
Yeah, I could see why.
Bro, gas prices. We think gas prices out here is bad. Nigga, I remember at a good gas station. Like, one of them joints that ain't like, I call it name brand gas. It's like not 7-Eleven. One of them joints where you in a part of the county that ain't really like Beverly Hills or something like that, nigga. I done seen gas that's like $6-7. I sold my car. I sold my car before when I said, you mean to tell me if I put $15 in my tank, I almost got 2 gallons? Like, that's crazy. I'm not going nowhere.
Alright, so before we get into the other places you've been, like you can just overall, not just based on LA, what are some things that you've learned about the music business?
It's grimy. I wanted to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's dark as shit. The music scene is definitely dark as shit. And then it takes a certain amount of work that you don't really realize. Like, it gets to a point, like, I've been doing this for a while. You know what I'm saying? And I have realized, okay, I got to work, I got to grind. But there's some times when you have to work in a way where it's like you already putting in 100. And you're just like, damn, I gotta put in more. What more do you put in than 100? So it's like some things you gotta go for, other things you don't. And then I've also learned about the whole like selling your soul thing. It's not how people envision it, where it's like, okay, they bring you in a room, give you a contract, and you sign your shit. Like, it's like, nah, like imagine like some of these girls that's out here showing these bodies for real. That's selling your soul, because it's like you gotta do this to get this.
Yeah, especially if that's something that you
wouldn't
do
normally. And I had to check myself about shit like that. Like, I'm still, you know, young. I'm always younger than the people around me and shit like that. And of course, you know, growing up and doing it, you're just like, all right, I'm gonna do what I want to do. So I went through my whole little phase where I was like, okay, I want to show skin, and I jumped out there, and I was cool with it because I was like, oh my god, I'm grown. And then now I'm just like, no, because like if I present it, I'm gonna have to keep up with that. Some of these things you don't want to keep up with, like, gotta watch how people pay attention to you, like what you're putting out. They're only gonna take you for what you show. Like, that should be something. But like music, I mean, I've learned, like, I've done a lot of shows since, you know, I've been doing music. I learned, like, when you actually go to do your show, you're supposed to have a performance track. You're not supposed to just perform to your MP3, like your completed song. You're supposed to go back to the studio, bring that shit down. I've learned about, I know we were talking about ASCAP and BMI, just with, you have to manually do that shit. That's why people got teams, because they track that shit for you. With the performance tracks too, like, they tune it down like in key. Bring it down like just like a half step or maybe a whole step so that it's easier for you to perform. I didn't know that. Like, it's a whole bunch of different little technicalities and stuff. It's like a lot to keep up with. It's just like, bro, I learned, like, all the videos we be seeing when people be going viral, like, there's different templates. They call them templates. So you might see people in the street where they're just, you know, performing. You might see people like, hey, I just put out a new song. Can I perform it for you? Can I show you this? Like, it's a whole bunch of different little shit. Like, everybody doing everything.
So you say a team. Have you begun to assemble a team, or is that something you're looking to do, or are you just kind of, let me see how much I can do by myself?
I mean,
or what's your approach on it?
I mean, the last time I came here, we spoke about how I was signed. So once I brought the shit on myself, it's like, I am my team. You get what I'm saying? And then it took me a while, like the longest time, before I could find like a studio home that I was like, yeah, it's my shit. Because especially coming around here, like, the templates that a lot of the engineers use are for rappers. So you're recording me as if a rapper is coming in the studio, and they don't really know how to work with you. But I mean, I did find this one studio, Mix God Studio, the best studio out here. Prices is bomb. Like, the premixes be sounding like shit that you could put out. I mean, I know of some artists that have put out the premixes and didn't go and get it mixed and mastered, like, and it's fire. I love that studio, just like the energy inside of it. It's safe for real, it's in the cut. But also the simple fact, like, I found that shit like a week or 2 weeks before I left to go to LA. I was pissed. Like, you mean for the last 6 years, bro, I had a moment where I was thinking, I was like, what have I been doing? Like, what have I been doing?
That's how life works, though, sometimes.
I know. I'm learning this, y'all. I'm young as shit.
So you say you did, I don't think you mentioned it, you had a song that was on the television show.
Yes, so like I do. The song that I came,
yes, I know the song. Because I also told you that I watched the show.
Yes, that same song. I remember it was my, shit, when was it? It was last year, most definitely. But I think it was like August, maybe September or August.
So they had like 5 seasons?
They had 5 seasons. Yeah. Just finished that joint. But, yeah, it was probably like August 2023. It was like August 2023. And, I mean, I hate to say it because I never want to, like, put it out, but my mom is on the show. I'm going to just be completely freaking rude, because if you see her, you'll be like, oh, that won't look like her. So, yes, my mom is on the show. But she was like, all right, the music team, they need some music, and I let them know that you sing, so I'm like, all right, bet, cool. So I sent them over some songs I sent, like I do. That was before I put that shit out, before we had done that shit. I sent Toxic, and I sent another song. I forget.
Do you remember the exact episode? So they can, even if they don't watch the rest of the show, which you should though. Because I kind of tuned in from the beginning and just watched.
If we can find it, maybe we can do it in like a headed up front and like put it on. I know it was season 5. It was definitely season 5 because I didn't watch the season.
Mm.
Like, I didn't even know that it had dropped. One of like my followers had like been like, "Oh my God, your song is on," and sent it to me. I don't know. That's probably bad. I be doing a lot of shit, y'all.
It's cool.
I be doing a lot of shit. But no, I had sent them like 3 songs, and that was before like I was probably not smart because if I not dropped that song, it would have been like very pointless for that song to be on there. But they were like, "Yeah, so send us your songs." I sent the songs, and on my birthday last year, they had sent me an email, and they were like, "Yeah, so we want to pay you for this. We're gonna put this in here, sign your contract," and boom, and there it was. I was like, "Well, look at God." That was crazy.
Yeah, that's all right.
That was crazy.
But that's a part of the reason you learned about the music business as well.
Yeah. That was my first time doing it independently. Like we were speaking before, I had done like a song in a group, and it was on a movie, but I wasn't a part of the process of like signing for it and doing this, that, and the third. So for it to have been me by myself, I was like, oh shit, like it really is quick. Like it's quick, it's easy. You really just gotta shop yourself. I be trying to tell people like, oh, how did you do that? It's easier to find like casting directors and like don't go for the artists. Like go for the casting directors and the music people. Like the music side of film, they be so small, so it's very easy to find.
I don't think
everybody.
People recognize how many positions there are on a film crew.
Oh.
So that might be the thing. Like they might know a director and who had the cinematographer. If they even know the cinematographer, some people probably think the director is
the director don't. Honestly, for real, even with that,
it's
like,
certain movies where the director might.
The director don't really. I mean, they hold a big role. But a lot of times it be the producers, the executive producers. They gonna say how they want this shit to go. And then when it comes to like everybody's job is their job. The only way we can get good movies is if everybody stays in their place and holds their job. The director can't do this job. He don't know what song is coming on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You know, and he may not even be involved in the process.
He's not like editing and shit like that. Your job is to bring what's in your mind and make that happen.
See, me being interested in film, I know that, but like the average person won't know that, especially if they're a musician. They don't know who to submit their music to a lot of the
that shit hard. Like even in these big production films and stuff like that, like that music team is so easy to get connected to. Like this is gonna sound crazy, but I be a stalker though. Like I be a stalker for real.
To get your shit heard, to get your shit recognized.
Google them. I be like, what's this? Who did this? Show me the whole casting thing. Like they don't put it.
That's not. I wouldn't call that stalking. That's initiative.
Yeah, the credits are there for a reason.
You are correct. Which people leave or turn the movie off when the credits come on.
No, I be right there like, and it take a long time before it gets to the music. I be like, let me just sit here and watch this.
You gotta see that. That is something that most people. I'm not gonna just say a lot. Most people that just solely focus on music, they aren't aware of. Like we had some musicians on here that said they want to score a film. Like they want to be involved in that aspect of it. So they probably pay attention to stuff like that.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's
but
money.
It hasn't been.
It's big, money for real.
Been a big thing.
Back to ASCAP. ASCAP, you need to pull your songs. Like, especially if you use DistroKid, I just found out, so I'm going to tell y'all because I never gave key. You got an ISRC code, and that's what you use on ASCAP or BMI to, like, claim your royalties and shit like that. So you put that joint on there, anytime that song is spun, anytime that movie is played or broadcasted in that way, that is bread. You only gonna make the money that they signed you for. Everything else, like when they talk about royalties, like they're not gonna keep cutting you a check. That's not how that works. ASCAP and BMI, things like that, run those numbers for you, and that's how you get it. If it's on the radio and shit like that, like the radio station not gonna cut you a check ever. That's just brought through ASCAP and BMI. That's not on your distribution and shit like that. You really don't get no licensing or anything through distribution either. That's where ASCAP and BMI come in. So that's what I have been learning. I'm still bad as shit at like uploading my shit. As a matter of fact, I need to do that for Immature.
So that's definitely important because, like I said, I asked you, what did you learn about the music business? That's something that a lot of people haven't learned yet.
Yeah. watch that, like screen record that.
So that's definitely good that you got that down now, because you get into some more movies and TV shows. Now you know, or whatever. So we're gonna jump around a little bit before we gonna go back to the other places you went to. You dropped the album not too long ago.
I did. Okay, y'all. I should have came here then when I did that. That's where I messed up.
It's all right, but you're here.
I'm here. I did drop an album. It's called Love, the album. I think I dropped it like March 30th. It's 11 songs, and it's a whole theme to it, right? So,
what's the thing?
It's 11 songs because I was 11 when I got signed. The song is called Love. What did that stand for? It was an acronym. It was like Life's Only Vital Emotion is what love standed for. And on the cover art, I have half of a skull and half of a heart, because I wanted to show like both sides of love can be very much painful. And I didn't want to show like a gimmicky heart. Like I wanted to show like, no, this is a real heart. So there was that. The album itself, it's not toxic, but I was in a relationship, and my whole album is my relationship. That's why I probably didn't promote it the way that I was supposed to, because I just dropped it. Because I was like, yeah, here it is. But it was like my whole
So did you send it to him?
Oh, he listened to it. He
okay.
Definitely did. He was one of them crazy niggas where he was just like, oh, you did good.
Well, I mean, if it was about me, I would like to hear it too.
No, he was on some weirdo shit. He was on some weirdo shit. But I mean, much love to him. It ain't even no beef for real. I found out he's making music. He did like a song, and the whole second verse is my verse is to Like I Do.
So he started making music after, or?
I taught him how to make the songs. He's actually pretty good. I'm not even gonna flip him. He's actually really good, but he
sings or rap?
He's a singer.
Okay.
And he had put out a song, and the second verse literally is my whole chorus of Like I Do. But inspiration. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty good. You can't do it like TatiannaJ. You know what I'm saying?
Can't do it like I do.
You can't do it like I do, for real. So, I mean, it was cool. But yeah, the whole album was about that situation. I'm glad that I be praising Jesus every day that I'm not in that situation no more. Because, Lord knows, me and my friends, we just did not think I was going to get through that. But I did want to present that to, like, other females and stuff like that. Because I was just like, a lot of times people be looking at girls, or anybody for real, but females that be in, like, toxic, bad relationships, like, you're stupid as shit. And I'm not gonna lie, when we get out of them, we be like, damn, I'm stupid as shit. Like, what the fuck? Like,
what were you thinking?
Huh?
Like, what were you thinking? Like,
yeah, oh my God, I was just like, what was I thinking?
I feel like men go through that too. I feel like men go through the situations when they get out, if it's toxic, because sometimes if it's toxic, it's usually toxic on both ends. Whether he realizes how toxic it was in the moment, or she realizes when we're in the moment, we can't really see the full picture. Perhaps like somebody on the outside looking in. But we would tell them that you don't see the whole thing.
Yeah. I don't think, like, even in toxic relationships, because I was saying this to somebody the other day, I was like, I don't think that people are toxic. I think that, like, sometimes we can get comfortable. Like, something bad happens, and all you know is, like, I have to make this better to get to the good part. And that's how you get in a constant cycle of the shit just going. Like, one day one person has to be like, this don't work no more. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not a toxic individual, but I was in a toxic situation. So that means I had to play a part in this. Like, I was some crazy shit, for real. But that's because I'm holding on to, like, if you holding on to some shit and, like, it's like a tightrope and you feel the burn of holding that, let that shit go. Because you really just hurting yourself and you're holding that person. Like, that person not going to get no better if you're enabling them. And sometimes you're enabling them by just staying there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like
sometimes
comfortability. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So is there a song on that particular project that you connect with the most?
At Least We Tried. It's the last song.
At Least We Tried.
At Least We Tried.
From you describing it, just from the title, it sounds like...
It was very sad. I remember exactly where I was at when I did it. Like, I was in my room. I had my little headphones in because I record my music on... Like, most of the songs that y'all be hearing, I do it on my phone. But, I mean, like, in it, it's hard to hear for me. Like, the whole album is hard for me to hear. But that song is, like, really hard for me to hear because I heard myself, like, cry in it type shit. Yeah, like, there's a part in it where it's just like, what did I say? I was like, I'm sorry that I wasn't enough. And I'm so upset listening back to it because I'm like, damn, I said that. And I know exactly how I felt with that. But that aside from just a relationship and what the song was, like, that's everywhere, like within any relationships. Like, I've had a lot of relationships that aren't intimate with that person, just was friends or family members for referral. It's like, at least we tried. You know what I'm saying?
Just from the title, it sounds to me is like you coming to terms with it's not gonna work. But I gave it.
It was that song.
Well, you said we, so you gave it all you had, perhaps. Give you the benefit of the doubt.
Bro.
You gave it what you had. I gave it what
I
I
gave
had.
everything I could. It was that whole album, bro.
You won't really.
That album literally was there. Because I was in a relationship for 4 years, on and off, and knew it was bad. You know what I'm saying? So that album really was a joint that, like, had us, like, stop. Yeah. Not that it was bad. It was just, like, I came to a realization.
I might need to make me an album.
Yeah. Writing it down, but psychologically, like, that really does something for you. Like, I remember one time me and my homegirl, we were going through, like, it was a dark place for us, and we had seen, like, a TikTok video, and basically, like, we took, like, white glass plates and wrote down in Sharpie or permanent marker, like, all the bad things that we felt about ourselves, what other people felt, and then we just smashed them.
You should throw that in the video.
Huh?
You should throw that in the video.
Oh, for a music video? Yeah, that'd be cool, but psychologically,
it sounds cool though. Like,
it's big, bro.
Especially something that you went through.
Imagine.
I don't really know. I'm giving something as a man, that probably wouldn't have the same effect on me, but
no, like you have to, or even if it's like writing something down
I
on
don't
a piece
get
of
mad
paper.
through music. I told you I write scripts, so I have some scripts where I got my characters getting their shit off their chest, but maybe I threw a little bit of me in there.
Yeah, like, I mean, even with, like, writing things down, I'm sorry, I work in a therapy clinic, so I'm big on, like, the whole mental health thing, but, like, even if you take a piece of paper and you just write down the things that are bothering you in life, that are weighing down on you, to see it that small, like, you're looking at something that's, like, a thought that's big in your head, holding you down literally this small, and, like, you could write it down on a piece of paper and burn that piece of paper after you're done with it, like, psychologically, it's you recognizing it, acknowledging it, and letting it go.
Acknowledgement is a big step. That's why we used to have the segment. I would love to bring back Mental Monday, where we just have people come on and just, just if there's anything that you want to talk about, if you want us to respond and reply, we will. If you just want to talk and get it off,
just get it off.
It's up to you. So I want to bring that back because, you know what I'm saying, I feel like it kind of started, the interview started for women. We wanted to highlight women with businesses, so we had Mental Monday for men because men don't really
talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then, like, at a certain point, it's just recent. Like, like, I salute the younger guys because they don't have problems with telling their friends they love them, which growing up, for me, that wasn't a thing. Yeah. Now I don't want to tell my niggas I love them.
Yeah,
and
got to.
You know what I'm saying? They say it back and they don't feel no way, but growing up, we didn't used to do that, but but I just thought about it. Look, I ain't gonna put no gender on either one of them. We can interview men, we can have the women on the Mental Monday, but we haven't really did the Mental Monday like we should. But mental health is important.
It's a very big thing, bro. Like, you can't do anything, like, all forms of health, physical health, mental health, any form of health. You can't have one good and the rest not. You know what I'm saying? They all play a part. Like, if you're mental, like, if you go to the gym and you're trying to work out, if your mind is
if you
right,
think about some other shit, it's not
going to work. So your physical is thrown off because of your mental.
That's
your
mind
like
going to work and somebody that made you mad before you went to work. Man, no funny. My friend was just talking about the other day. He was just saying, like, he tried to get his days off to a good start because say his girl might make him mad. Now that it affected his whole day at work, all that. So he say he try to start the day off a good start because it sets the tone for the rest of the day.
Yeah. I don't let people piss me off no more.
I try not to let people do that either because when I used to work like as a supervisor, I used to work in customer service, and it was like a customer would come in and make somebody mad with an attitude. But what I would tell them, right, I'm like, look, all right, you gotta let it go though. I understand they were wrong, whatever, they did too much. But I'm like, they gonna leave this store and they gonna forget about you, and you gonna be sitting here for the rest of your shift, still thinking about this person that probably forgot all about you, and let that shit affect your day. And they forgot about you. You know what I'm saying? I get it. They were wrong, but it ain't shit you could do about it.
At work, bro, first of all, I don't get pissed off at work just because it's like you don't pay me enough to be angry about.
I'm like, it ain't shit you can do about it. That person gone on
everyday life though, like with your friends, with your girls, with your man and stuff like that. I have learned like people can't push your button if that button ain't accessible.
I don't know, people got.
If that button ain't accessible, it ain't gonna happen. No, bro, like if
button is
listen, I don't know. I'm not a man, and I don't have a baby mother.
That button
I have learned with women
that button is pushable.
Because a lot of my friends
is
have children, okay? And it's like after you have a child, your mind, like the whole genetic and chemical makeup of you changes, okay?
It could be even if I don't like you. I know how to make you mad.
You said what?
It's like from them, even if I don't like you, I know how to make you mad.
Bro, you know how hard it is to be a mother? I don't.
No,
but I'm sure what it would be.
Dad.
I'm sure it is hard as hell. And they just be like, look, I just need to let off a little bit of stress. Okay?
Let that shit off on whoever you
did this.
Let that shit off on whoever you fucking. Get on my feet.
I just don't care shit. I plan to be with men I want to have a child with forever. But if it does end up in a situation,
let's go with
I wouldn't be a bitter baby mother. But I still, if I had moments like your face might irritate because this child just irritated me.
Right, see, the only time
they gave me this child.
The kid might look like him, but the kid might look like the father, but the kid ain't do nothing, so I'm just cuss this nigga out.
Oh yeah, no, oh my god, that is so bad.
And then you know what?
I be seeing that is so bad.
My son a junior.
That is so bad.
So I ain't saying she cussed him out. I might get cussed out for some shit. I ain't had nothing to do with nothing. It's just you just mad.
Well, that's another thing too, because a lot of us we have kids young and shit like that. Like I'm young, I'm 20 years old, okay, and a lot of my homegirls be having kids. A lot of my brothers they be having kids too, and I'm just like, yo, all this shit that be happening between them parents. Like if we supposed to be the next generation of having these kids, like you can't be mad at your son because he looked like his dad and you don't like his dad. Like, what the hell he got to do with that?
I don't know if she take it. I don't know if she take it out on him. I feel like I get the shit.
Well, I mean, watch who you have kids with. No shade at all, but watch who you have kids with.
Shade, yeah. Add more shade.
People,
you can add more shade to my situation.
Listen, I'm a ladies' lady. Okay, baby, if you watching,
I support the ladies too.
But it's just like I don't know. People be fucking up their kids, bro.
That's what I think also. I would just be like
scared to have kids. And I wanted to have kids forever. Okay? Now I'm scared to have kids.
When you get older you just look at you actually look at the situation like you say you got friends and all that type of situation. As far as my friend group, I think I was probably the last one to have my first one. Realistically.
I don't know. Everybody thought it was gonna be me first.
They said it was gonna be me.
I'm the last. Listen.
I was the last.
I'm the last of the Mohegans.
They say they won't, but you know what? I don't regret it though, because I love my son. Shout out.
Kids are awesome.
Yeah,
kids are amazing.
He's pretty cool.
But still.
You love me and I love him, so you know.
I mean, it's supposed
to. You take put the good with the. No, he ain't gotta love me though.
He's supposed to. Like,
he's supposed. He don't have to.
You can't not even because I grew up with my mom. Like I had said, like she was in that TV show and stuff, and you see, I was a little bit hesitant of saying that was my mom. Me and my mom had a terrible start. You know what I'm saying? We're best friends now, But it's like I think the reason why I was so angry with her was because I loved her. You know what I'm saying? So even if like some people, like if parents are separated, like it's gonna be a time that child get older and he's gonna get mad at one of the parents.
He might pick sides.
No, he definitely will. But it'll be both of y'all. So at one point it's gonna be like he's gonna be going at this person hard, and then the next time he's gonna be going hard at you, or it'll be vice versa. But when he gets to a certain age, because I'm a product of a situation like that, when he gets to a certain age, he's gonna realize like, damn, my parents are living this life for the first time the same way as I am. You know what I'm saying? And they'll realize I have learned that my parents are human beings as well.
That's gross.
They're human beings, and I know I'd be fucking. My mother had me when she was 20 years old. I'm 20. I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. So I got to a point where it was like, I really don't have the power to forgive you because I wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? But I had to like let that shit go, where it was just like, when you was a kid, you were mean. Now I don't know if I would have handled it that way, but I couldn't say that I wouldn't, because that wasn't me.
I did see how y'all posted a picture of y'all.
Yeah,
I would think y'all like sisters.
That's my twin. Everybody think that.
Yeah,
that's my twin.
That's sis.
Mm-hmm. That's my twin. She's awesome sauce.
Yeah,
like she awesome as shit. We're very much alike.
Yeah, she be doing that. She be doing that acting shit too.
She do. See. See,
I told you I watched the show.
Yeah, she cool.
I didn't know that was. I ain't know that. I was watching the show. I didn't know your song was on there before I started watching the
cool.
show.
I be trying to be the first person to tell people like, hey, that's my mom. She is on the TV show. Because people would be like, a lot of times people like try to take away my credit from me. You know what I'm saying? So they'll see my mother on it and be like, oh, that's how she got that. She definitely put the word in. But it's a whole bunch of people that she put the word in for. They didn't, exactly. Like, oh my gosh, this run, like within this last year, like especially like working with these DC rappers or men in general, oh my gosh, the amount of comments that I've gotten and people just like, oh, she doing this to get this. Like, I be trying to talk about it. I speak on everything that everybody says. I don't respond to everything that everybody says, but I speak on it. It's just like, let me just give you a little bit of insight, because I ain't got no problem.
Which, we're going to touch into the other places you've been, but which place was that more prevalent?
Here.
Here?
Yes.
Mm.
Here
doesn't even have that big of a scene.
Yeah, but because it's so small, it's easy for you to blow up out of everybody in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a smaller space and there's more people compressed in one area.
Yeah, I get it, but what I look at it is blowing up here isn't good enough.
It's not.
I don't think so, because like you say, California, even size-wise, to blow up there would be a bigger impact than here. This is not really, and that's even in podcasting, so it's not just music, it's podcasting, acting. We don't have a big enough scene in none of those fields for anybody, because I feel like sometimes, like, when people get popular in certain fields here, they get a certain attitude, ego, whatever it is. But I just think that, like, the world's bigger. The world is bigger. Like
once you get out, like, best thing I did was I never got an attitude. Like, I never had it. I mean, I know what I be talking about when I'm in the studio. Like, it's been times where I've gone in the studio and I'm like, oh, hold on, nigga. Like, don't tell me what I'm supposed to do about my shit, because you was about to close this bitch down. So, nigga, you opened it back up because I came in here. But I don't know everything, is what I've learned. So I never, like, that's why it was so easy for me to go to LA, because it was like, I didn't go out there like, oh, I'm TatiannaJ. So I was like, honestly, when I got out there, I didn't tell a lot of people that I made music. It was just like, you might catch me humming.
You just peeped the scene.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to a couple, I wanted to meet all the photographers, all the videographers, see, like, their live mics and shit like that. And I met a couple different people. Like, I met a lot of nice artists out there. Like, it was cool. And it was kind of like, oh yeah, I got this one. His name is Trickstar. He's awesome. He's awesome as shit. He's like Blueface. The nigga is like Blueface. Like, I went to the studio in LA one time. Never went back again. Yeah, his name is Trickstar. He's awesome. Like, he sounds smack like Blueface. Like, that's their little sound out there. Like, they do that little A, like all that shit. Like, but seeing it in person, like, there's this one dude out here.
Have you collaborated with anybody out there?
Yeah, Trickstar.
Trickstar. You got something else?
There's this other guy named Big Eve. He's cool. We didn't get to do a collaboration, but he's awesome. Like, I met a couple of different people out there. They fire. But what was I saying? like, I went to the studio. I went to the studio in LA one time, and it was my last time going because LA got weed for real.
I can believe it.
Scurry as shit. Nigga, I went to Rich the Kid's album release party one time. Did not make it inside. Okay.
You got too high.
No, bro. I was standing in the line. Mind you, I'm not used to standing in lines. I just go straight in. So that was a humbling experience for me. But it was so many people in there that like they weren't letting you in. Nigga, I was so scared I was gonna end up on a shade room. Because what happened was this one guy was smoking, right? And I got contact high. I didn't smoke this shit, bro. When I tell you I passed out like 15 minutes later by myself. I was outside by myself. Thank God, like the nigga that caught me, thankfully they weren't no weird niggas, right? But the nigga that caught me, I ended up getting in social media. I ended up getting in social media while I'm there. Why when I looked on the social media next day, he was like smacking hands with Jay-Z, hugging Taylor Swift and shit. I was like, hold on, at least I fell in the arms of a tight nigga.
See, but that's the thing. I feel like, I don't know, from sound like LA, everybody is somebody,
Everybody
depending
is
on
somebody.
where you at. They might mean something more in this circle, but they got something.
Bro, everybody is somebody out there, but they not the highest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I could imagine, because there's might be so many artists that there's room for a lot of videographers. There's room for a lot of agents, PR.
yeah.
Because
and that's why you
there's
gotta be willing to step on people, and it's bad. You gotta be willing to step on niggas for real. Cause the same way we out here trying to do it, like them niggas been doing it for like 10, 15 years for real. And it's like everybody like fight. It's really not a homey place, you know what I'm saying? And what they have out there that we don't have here, we don't have gangs. We just got neighborhoods out there. I mean, I seen a Crip for real walking in the mall with like a flip phone, like he was stuck in the 90s, and he was a real like. I mean, I don't know the street politics out there, right? So and then with me being a girl and coming from a place where it's like I deal with everybody, bro. I remember I ended up at this mansion party, and I was wearing all blue. Not knowing. Come to find out, all the people there were Crips. Did not know it. But another dude,
thought you was gang.
Bro, they thought I was, and that's why they liked me. But there was another guy that I had when I went to the studio. He was a blood, and I didn't know that he was a blood. So it just looked like it's so scary out there. I had to get I'm too nice to be in LA. I want to be friends with everybody. I'm going to be like, yo, this is where I'm at. Pull up right here. And people going to come. And it just so happened that this is your fucking... Bro, that shit is scary as hell. You can't be friends with nobody in LA. Like, no, especially with niggas. Like, what I've learned with myself, I've always been a very, like, beautiful girl. But I just be trying to be friends with people. Like, I'll friend on somebody, but that nigga might still have like oh no, I want this girl. But that other nigga might want this girl too, and it just be a whole bunch of different shit. Next thing I know, I'm standing here saying, hey, somebody shot something. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just like, well, what happened? Bitch, you happened. No, nigga, like shit be happening.
Shot wasn't the funny.
They girls out there crazy too. Oh my god, I got into it with a female in LA. I'm here though, so I live.
She was gang?
No, I don't know what the fuck she was, but like it was like 5
I seen
bitches.
some of them on like videos, like
bro,
they talk like the niggas.
They
talk like the niggas.
Them is the stunner girls. Like you know who stunner girl is? Stunner
I've
girl
heard the name, but I don't really.
She's fire. She
keep
cool.
my ear to all the shit, but I've heard of the name.
She's definitely cool.
Was she on like a reality show?
She was on a reality show.
Okay,
she was on the show.
So I've seen people, the baddies joint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've seen people mention her, but I've never watched. I watched one episode of Baddies, and that was not forced.
Yeah, no, they go crazy out there. But it was like I went to this music video. I got invited to this music video joint, and I'm here as an artist. You get what I'm saying? And these other girls were here. It's like in LA, them girls are like party girls. Like the girls that fill them sections, like they're just a different kind of girl. Like I ain't never been in another person's section. A lot of times when I did host and see, I was like, no, you're gonna give me my section. I'll bring the bitches, and you can just come over if you want to. You know what I'm saying? They're a little different out there. But this girl just kept trying to offer me like liquor, and I was like, I don't want nothing to drink. And she's pressing. I'm like, bitch, I told you I don't want nothing to drink. And it's like 6 other bitches with her. Thank God nothing happened. Thank God, because I really would have been out there by myself. But that's my problem. I don't be giving a fuck. I don't be caring.
From here, so yeah.
Exactly. I don't be thinking nothing gonna happen to me. And nothing does. Because God is on my side.
That's not press it, though.
I don't press it. I don't go into situations. I try to stay away from situations that could bring something. But like working in music, a lot of the times you're gonna be in high tension situations. So I try to smile at everybody. I try to be nice to everybody, but you know, sometimes it don't work. But I don't think, like, I always stand for my respect. Like, first of all, I feel uncomfortable with you trying to offer me liquor. Like, why are you so pressed about me drinking this liquor? What you put in it? What are you trying to get? You know what I'm saying?
Girls might be all that.
They're a little different. They was telling stories about how that just the night before they had gone and jumped through a whole bunch of different clubs and shit like that. Next thing I know, she talked about she passed out, threw up outside and shit. But she was there the very next day where I was at. I'm like, well, bitch, it seemed like it was another one. She had work. She took off work to be there. I was like, I could never. They not paying you. Like, the niggas get to talk, the rappers and shit talking to them crazy.
Well, see, she probably thinks she gonna bag one of them niggas with money type
fuck
shit.
No. Like, I just looked at it like, I know how I'm here. And that nigga, them niggas would be talking to them bitches terribly. And I was just like, oh, he ain't never
I could imagine.
To talk to
you
me
know what? I definitely seen, what's this, Blueface. I seen he had a little show.
Blueface is a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I seen.
And if I ever blow up, I would say it again. Blueface is really just a piece of shit.
You met him?
Fuck no. I mean, I would never. First of all, I don't want to meet Blueface. I just don't want to. It's just something off with him. Like, you, just energy-wise or, like, looking, like, spiritually. Like, sometimes there's people that's just not right. And I can see that shit. Like, it's just something ain't right with you.
I ain't said as long as you got that type of discernment, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So you left LA.
I did.
Where did you go after that?
I went to
Atlanta, okay.
I went to Atlanta.
Tell us a bit about the Atlanta experience.
I was in Atlanta for a month.
A month?
I was in Atlanta for a month and some change.
So how was that month? Because I what I'll say about Atlanta, a lot of people said that been on artists said that was probably one of their favorite places to go. Mm-hmm. Like far as like them doing their music and things like that. I got a couple of people that moved out that joint now. So how was it for you?
LA was fun. I really didn't go. I mean, shit. I met. I went to the studio a couple of times. I met this guy named Devin Culture. He's like a big singer from Philly, but he's connected to Troy Taylor. And I had like a lot of mutuals, like people that I've known that's connected to Troy Taylor that that were from the DMV. So it was just like, oh shit, okay, I made it to meet this nigga that's connected to this person.
Wait, what made you leave LA for Atlanta, first of all? So how do we get from point A to point B?
I mean, LA, I just didn't feel right in LA.
I got you. From the way you described it, it didn't sound like...
Yeah, like...
Sound like you tried to...
I tried
to mix.
Like, it was cool. I met people. I still talk to a lot of people in LA. I'm going back for my birthday. I mean, it just wasn't a place that I really wanted to... It just didn't seem like... No, like, I wanted to involve myself in. Because I just didn't know. Like, it was a lot of shit that you could get caught up in out there. And I found myself getting caught up in a couple situations, not bad situations, but like passing out because somebody else smoked, that's dangerous. And then I'm all the way across the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, not across the world, but for me,
yeah, but you don't
I'm across the world.
This East Coast, that's West Coast.
You know, I'm 3 hours behind. If something was to happen to me, niggas wouldn't find out till the next day. You know what I'm saying? And it would be devastating. Out of me not doing anything, just doing what I normally do or usually do.
Around something.
Yeah, like,
nothing to do with you.
LA is dangerous in a way where it's like, it's a sneaky dangerous. Because I wasn't even in a bad part of LA. I was in North Hollywood. So it wasn't that bad. But like, it's just like, it's so, LA is so dangerous. And then spiritually it didn't feel right. Like I had gone to this restaurant. It was a beautiful restaurant, like one of the biggest restaurants I'd ever seen in my life. This shit was crazy. But like at the bottom of the joint, like it looked like a a stage type, or like imagine being at an orchestra or something like that, and that's how them tables set up, and like at the bottom of it, it was this big ass god, like a demigod, it was like a Buddha or something. Mm-hmm. I'm a Christian. Not that anything's wrong with it, but like I asked the lady, I'm like, okay, well, what is that? What God is that? Like, what is it? What is its power or whatever? She did not know. So we get to talking, and the whole time it was a God that listened to like your prayers. And while we're sitting at the table, like me and my family, because they had came out to visit, we're sitting at the table, and for some reason, we're just talking about our belief in God and the way that they were questioning it. And I'm just looking at this joint like, bruh, like something going on, because we don't ever just sit and talk about God like that.
Conversation.
It was just something. Like, the conversation didn't feel right. Like, why are we talking about how we questioning God while this big ass God's sitting right here? Like, it's just a scary thing. They're a little bit too open out there. But, I mean, I just had to leave. It just did not feel right for me. I couldn't track my progress. I felt like I was in a constant loop because, again, it was sunny. Then it was nighttime. No seasons changes and shit like that. Like, it was just like, I just don't like how I feel out here. I got sick in LA for 3 weeks. I had a cold.
3 weeks is a long time.
3 freaking weeks because the environment isn't the same as how it is out here. So, like, out there, they got smog. So when you fly into LA, if you flying, like, at sunset or at nighttime, you can kind of see, like, a sheet of just pollution air. And when the sun comes out the next morning, it literally burns it. And wherever it goes, it's just in the environment. You know what I'm saying? So you're breathing that in. So I got sick and was down for 3 weeks. Went to the doctor, and they were like, yeah, you got a cold, but your body is beating you up, so we can offer you a shot of steroids. I was like, I have never had a shot of steroids, let alone been offered it when I have a cold. I didn't take it.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. Apparently, like, it just masks the feelings of your sickness. But it's just shit like that. Like, they just a little bit too open out there, too open-minded. You know what I'm saying? Churches out there, different.
You've been to one?
I've been to church out there.
And what's happening there?
They do. I know it is a very real thing for people to like cast out spirits and stuff like that, but it seems like it's a trend out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna get like a church how you gonna get back here, because Maryland is a part of the South. You get what I'm saying? Semi, depending on where you at. I just feel like, nigga, there was a lot of slavery going on here. You get what I'm saying? So it is a part of the dirty South. Not as so much as like the Carolinas and stuff like that, but it is. So a lot of our churches will have like Baptist churches and, you know, stuff like that, like where everybody running around. That's what I come up in. Going out there and everybody's standing here and we singing little new age worship songs, like all the choirs and stuff like that. They're record labels. It's not the same way of how people used to just go to church and you can sing on the choir. It's not the same thing. It's like,
sounds?
Nigga, it be whole record labels. They record their music and put it out.
With the Kanye Sunday service.
Yeah, something like that. It's like I was just talking to my guy the other day, and I was like, I wanna sing in church again. And he was just like, well, what's stopping me? I was like, well, I don't know how to do it no more. Like, you can't just walk up in the church and be like, I want to sing with y'all. It's not the same. And then I also feel a little bit, just being completely transparent, I feel a little bit, not shamed, but I feel like I can't do it because I've been using my voice for something else. Like the songs that I use, so to say, oh, I sing, and I'm coming before a gospel record label, and I'm like, oh, well, let me see. I'm scared to show you what I've made.
Yeah, because your music that you do doesn't
match, they're a bit shameful.
Match with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So the month in Atlanta, how was that?
It was cool. It was fun. I was with my homegirl. I went to the studio. I felt like I hadn't made songs, any original songs, like from June up until a couple weeks ago when I made Immature. So it was a while, and I felt like I just lost it, for real. I felt like I lost it. I had writer's block. I had a whole bunch of songs that I've made. I have like over 100 songs that I've never put out, and that's what I was showing like online. because I just didn't want people to think that I fell off. Like, it's actually kind of hard to talk about, like, the jumps from LA and then going to Atlanta. Like, I didn't broadcast or let everybody know. Like, a lot of people still think that I'm in LA right now. Nobody knows where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, damn, what are people going to think? You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to ask, well, what happened? Or why didn't it work? Or, you know, shit like that. Because I'm the motherfucker that went out this motherfucker and broadcasted it out was leaving.
What I would think is you just go with the flow, man. Go with what you feel like it's working. If it's not working, then I'm out of it.
I just go. Honestly, I've been talking about moving to Australia.
No, that's different. That's different.
You don't never hear nothing about Australia, bro.
I don't.
Exactly.
But yeah, we want to hear something though.
No, like Atlanta was cool. I feel like a lot of these places are cool. Atlanta was dark.
So you was dark in what way? In
Atlanta,
tone or like just dark outside?
Atlanta ain't like how it used to be. Like what made me want to go to Atlanta years ago when my mom lived there about 10 years ago. It was a different space. Atlanta now is like super dangerous. It's not hidden like the way that LA was. Like Atlanta's a different kind of fucking dangerous. They like cars, they breaking into cars forever. They really don't give a fuck. I seen like 5 bitches pop up in a car one time to beat niggas' asses and was fucking their ass up. Like I was like, well shit. Like I was scared. I was like, oh my god, for the nigga. Like they beat his ass and like I wasn't even mad when he stole off on that girl. He was fighting for his life. He had to
defend himself at that point.
He was fighting for his life, but it was just
do something.
dark. Their food though, awesome.
I've been in Atlanta one time. I didn't have no good food.
I went to this place called Tulum. Tulum, it looked like Tulum. Awesome. It was good food. There was this other little place. They got like this little pizza spot that I used to go to. I used to have that drink like every week.
Like what part of Atlanta you were?
I wasn't that far from downtown Atlanta. Yeah, I wasn't that
far. So I was only there for like a couple of days. I went to like a Waffle House. I don't know if I went to the Rainbow Waffle House.
I think you just gotta get into a lot of other little things. But I didn't really spend a lot of time in Atlanta, and I wasn't really outside because I was so upset that I left LA.
Atlanta made you miss LA?
It didn't make me miss LA. It was just another jump. Like I was like, okay, I just went from the DMV. I thought I was gonna be in LA. I left LA quickly. Like quickly. I left with a book bag. You know what I'm saying? I had to get the rest of my shit shipped out. Like I just jumped out. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of in a space. I just really didn't know how to process it. And then I've always used music to express myself. I wasn't writing any music. It was hard for anything to come out. I also didn't tell nobody back at home that I moved away from LA, so I didn't have nobody to talk to. So I spent a lot of time within myself, just thinking.
So, those over 100 songs, what made you, or what is making you hold on to them?
A lot of my songs are like, I've made those over the courses of years, so it may be just like the mixing and some of the lyrics. Like I've grown in my pen, so it just doesn't sound the way that I want it to. Like it's been so much time since then. Would I remake them? Probably.
I was gonna ask you about
like would I readjust? Yeah, but it's also hard for me to like hear a melody that I've already made in my head and completely scratch it. You know what I'm saying? And do something else. I did do that with this one little song, the snippet that I did with this other girl named Jelana. She's from Florida. She's awesome. I did a snippet called, Reposado Sipping. And that was good, but we had the same beat. And I had already had like my own verse to it. So when I first got on it, I tried to like be lazy and put this shit on. And she's like, I love this, but like, can you talk about what I'm talking about? And I was like, okay, yeah, girl, I got it. And then I put out this little night. That shit was fire. It was a banger. I said, hold on, it's nice. But back to that freaking question. And then a lot of them are like very dark songs. Like, this is the most positive and I've been in my life. You get what I'm saying? Like the most positive outlook on life that I've had. And then I'm not gonna lie, like it was a very, very dark place. It was one of those things where it was just like I'm scared for people to hear this, because again, I didn't talk to anybody. So it's like for my peoples to hear what I was going through, or for people to hear, like it's hard for me to make songs that use a lot of metaphors. Mm-hmm. I'm very literal in what I say, so I'm talking, especially for the song that I didn't think I was going to put out. I can only imagine some of the things that I said. Like, I made a gospel song before by accident, and to this day, it's hard for me to listen to it.
Just saying how you feel.
Yeah, like I was just saying how I felt, and I said some things where it's just like how we were talking about Love, the album. It's just like I said something, it's just like, ooh, like you can hear it.
A lot of people say it's kind of like, especially people that say it's hard to listen to their art because it might take them back to a place.
It's hard to hear
where they were, but that was their way. That was their therapy in a sense to get it off your chest. But I don't want to revisit that time.
Yeah, and then it's also like a lot of my songs, like I was in that space for a while. You know what I'm saying? So to listen back to a lot of this shit, be like, damn, it took me a while, and it's like, I'm just like the feeling of it, or even talking about it, it's just like.
No, I get it. I get it. I get it in a sense because I don't. Well, no, I did. I retired from music probably over 10 years ago. Mm. But like a couple years ago, I did an unpleasant session myself. Mm-hmm. But that song I did, it was, I don't know, like I hadn't did a song in so long, mm-hmm. but I felt like that song was like the only way that I knew how to get that shit off. Regardless of, I know I lost it. Like you say, you thought you lost it. I know. I ain't did no song in forever, but doing that song was the only way that I can get what I'm feeling off my mind, because I ain't had nobody to talk to at that mm-hmm. time. But do I listen to it? No. Yeah. I like it. I like it as a song, but do I listen to it? Fuck no.
Like, I got a song called Lord No, and everybody, like, that's heard it, that I've allowed to hear it. Just like, Tati put that shit out. Like, my sister has, like, I have songs where she's like, Tati, I cried to these songs. I don't like nobody to sit and cry to my shit.
See, nah, you gotta think about it, though.
I don't like
it. Though, because sometimes some people will listen to a song that they know puts them in that crying mood, but they need that.
There's some people that are like that, but there's also people where it's like, when I used to be sad, that's part of the reason why I started making music, because like I would listen to songs that I semi-related to, but it just wasn't all the way there for me. But I would find songs that I knew was gonna make me cry because I was in a place of torment. I was trying to like torment myself where it's just playing this song over and over and over again, so that I keep crying. But not like that.
Well, like, I don't know, not over and over and over.
Like I would do shit like that was my shit that I would do.
I would tell them about what I did one time, like when it came to like my mother dying type shit, right? I come to peace with it. Mm. You know, shit. It was like two years ago. My mother died the day before my birthday. You know, funny that. Appreciation. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I came to peace with it, but like probably 6 months ago, I did shrooms. I did shrooms before, but I did shrooms.
You just made me remember some shit. I did that in Atlanta. We gotta talk about that.
I did shrooms, right? Cause I was like, I haven't really felt sad about it, but I just want. I know the shrooms was gonna put me there. I just want a moment just to sit and think about my mother. Be sad a little bit, cause my regular life, I don't be getting sad for real. Cause I don't know what the fuck it is. That ain't no shit I ever imagined.
You sound like
that ain't no shit I ever imagined. Nigga. But I just wanted to have my
moment. Give yourself a second.
Yeah, so that's why I did the shrooms. So I just did that. I just was looking through pictures, you know what I'm saying? Pictures to a photo book. My mother used to always keep a photo book. She got a shit with her old family. I took all that shit. I just was looking through it. Just had my mom's. I was crying, but it's just like, I ain't really all the way sad. It's just like, I'm glad to have you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do that on a regular. Life just be running me back and forth to the point I be too busy to even be sad sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I just did that I know I was off the next 2 days. So I just, you know what I'm saying? Let me get my moment.
I've learned with that because I had a recent homegirl like just lost mine, And I don't know, like, if I've been a bit off, like, when it comes to losing somebody. But, like, I had learned in church one time, and it stuck with me. Like, he had said, he kind of was yelling at people, and people were, like, looking at it a bad way. But he was saying, why are you crying about, like, this person that's laying in this casket right now? He was like, we come to this world. He's like, we live in a body. We have a soul and we are a spirit. So you're crying over something. That's just the body they lived in. And then we've also learned in the, it talks about, no, but it also talks about in the Bible, like, yo, you have a level of complete fulfillment when you pass on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would I be, it's like, I'm going to miss you. You know what I'm saying?
But logically, you think about it, was in my parents, nigga, that's all I knew. My daddy died when I was 3. Mm-hmm. Shit, that's all I knew.
It's just you have to give yourself a
it's just like, then my son, that's his grandmother. Like, man.
It's just it takes a lot. Like, nobody's saying
I'm already
But it's also like, bro, like, your mother is super duper proud of you.
Which now she was
super duper fulfilled. She's sitting up there like,
that's what kind of,
y'all down there with the ghetto.
A lot of shit that she went through is what helped me get through it, because she was sick since I was 3. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I've seen her be the sickest in my childhood, as opposed to when a lot of my friends met her when I was a teenager, I was that and third. She was the healthiest she ever been, but she still dealt with her shit. Yeah. But she ain't got to deal with none of that no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I look at it. Plus she done helped a lot of people type shit. You know what I'm saying? But then shit, even my brother got locked up in 93. He came home 2022. She seen him come home. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta learn to take the good with the bad, which is what I learned to do, even though it's like, damn, nigga, your mother gone. But you know what? She came, she served her purpose. Even if she didn't know what her purpose was, it was served, because I've learned to accept what was her purpose. Because sometimes we don't know what our purpose is, why we're here, and we may never know. Mm. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, people will talk about you after you're gone in ways they didn't even know how to express why you were here. Mm. So I just learned to just take shit like that for real. Like, no funny, even with this podcast ain't big, but if I was to die today, motherfuckers probably would appreciate being on this motherfucker. Mm. And I just gotta accept that. That might have been my purpose, to be honest with you.
You're giving people a platform. I felt like when I came back, I was like, listen, I be faking on going to see people. I do. Everybody that know me know I be faking, but I was just like, look, if I do come back and I know who I'm gonna go and see, like, I don't need a whole bunch of numbers. Like, when it comes to like, I feel like Unpleasant Thoughts podcast is really like the best podcast, and it's growing. Like, what the fuck? Like, you always see growth. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't care, nigga. I wouldn't care if we was outside on the block, like. Pull out the phone, it's where we doing this, and I'm just like, bro.
If it was hotter, it's like, nah.
Shit, like, I'm just like, look, like, this, honestly, this is one of the best things. Shit,
you be in different states. I might got pull up on you in a different state.
It's a real conversation.
I could pull up on you in a different state, man. But you did say you was about to talk about, I said mention the shrooms. You did.
Oh my God, y'all. I'm sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. Okay, so I had tried shrooms. I did. And I was so scared, because I was like, I've always been like, I'm never doing drugs, and I won't ever do it again, and I won't do anything higher than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't even play with
I'm not that experimental.
I'm not either. I have a long line of addiction. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I don't even want to get accidentally hooked on nothing. But I had tried shrooms, and my friends was effed up because, like, they took me to, like, a VR experience. They told me,
that should just sound crazy.
Bro, if I could find a video, nigga, they told me we was going.
That sounds crazy. Now I think I know what I need to do.
Bro, they told me we were going to do the Squid Games. We get there, as soon as you walk in, they like sign these waivers. I'm like, waivers? The fuck we need waivers for? Bro, oh my God, we was on like the scariest one, okay? I don't think I got to feel the shrooms, but I know that I was high. Because like, through this whole video, like that, it makes like a little trailer video. The whole video, all you hear is screaming, and it is me. Like, that shit is so weird. Like, there was a part in the joint where, like, rats. It was, like, rats that was running on the ground. And they made us put on, like, these sensors. Like, these joints. I didn't know what they were for. Bro, when I tell you I kicked off. Yes, nigga.
Shit.
I kicked off, like, my shoe, the whole sensor, because I really thought that motherfucker was on me. I could not keep my eyes open. It was zombies and shit coming from the back. I felt them grab me. It was crazy.
Man, shrooms. Listen, first of all, without the VR, shrooms feel like you in VR already.
It's crazy.
Like, we looked at motherfucking paintings, and it was funny because me and my boy, we seen the same shit. We looked at the painting. It was a boat in water. We seen the water moving in the painting. Yeah. And I was like, bro, you see what I see? We talking about the water. I was like, yeah, cause we had shit, cause. But that shit feel good. But I don't feel like shrooms are addictive to me, per se.
You know, I want to do that shit again. I was always scared of it because people said like it would be like.
That was different. That shit sounds crazy.
Oh yeah, no, it was fun. I want to find that freaking video so you can see that video. That shit was so funny.
so we're gonna visit that. We're gonna visit that a little bit.
Okay.
Are you not in Atlanta now?
No, I'm in Charlotte and I'm staying here. Charlotte is
like
awesome.
Charlotte. So how is Charlotte?
Charlotte is awesome. It's just like home, just 10 times better. 10 times better. If you want to move anywhere, I say go to Charlotte.
All right. So I got a brother in Charlotte. Shout out LS. If you ever, we don't see when we have artists, we use y'all music for the intro, but we had episodes where we did have music. My brother made that song. He lives in Charlotte. He be rapping it out there. I told him I gotta come out there and get in touch with the music scene out there.
Shit, I might have to get in touch with him.
I gotta get in touch with the music. It's my brother.
Yeah, quickly. You know what I'm expeditiously.
It's nothing. It's nothing. He might need a single on the hook.
No real shit. I've been doing backgrounds for real. I'm a background vocalist. Free. Okay. Fill up, songs.
Tell us a little bit about the Charlotte experience. How
Charlotte is so refreshing. Like, it's so refreshing. It's still warmer than what it is out here. I got the seasons. I like that. It does rain. I love the smell of rain. It's awesome. I didn't know that I missed rain that much. The food. Oh my god. The food is bomb. I went to this place called So Delicious. It was like a wait for an hour.
So Delicious. So they earned that.
It was an hour wait, and like the whole joint was filled. There was no seats, and like I waited that hour, and then I came in, and the plates were on the table, but they were all empty. Like nothing was left on the plate. So I'm like, okay, shit. Sit down, get my food. I got crab cake. Tried it. I'm like, okay. That shit was bomb. It was close to Maryland. You get what I'm saying? Like, mac and cheese, bomb and shit. Like, everything was so good. I had cornbread and everything. Like, it was great. I ain't had food in Charlotte that's been bad yet.
Okay. How long you been there?
I've been there for a month, and I'm going to be there for a while, because I just got my first apartment.
Okay.
Praise God. You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations.
I'm about to end, the lease say 12 months. So, I mean, there's really no way for me to leave.
So have you been getting your music off there? Yeah.
So, I did get in contact with the baby's management team and producers and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, my first week of being there, I was in an Uber, and I was, talking to some guy that I had met in LA about trying to do, this live performance that I'm supposed to be doing soon. Like a performance, recording or something like that. And I got off the phone, and the driver was like, "Oh, you sing? How long you been singing?" Within the whole conversation. And she was just like, "Yeah, so I know this person, this person, this person, this person, this person." And she just been putting me on to everybody, everybody.
Nice shit out there.
Oh yeah, Southern hospitality.
Get that.
It's good for me down there, cause I mean, when I was in college, people would say to me, and it's dumb, they'd be like, "Oh, Tati, you sound like you got a little country accent." I'm like, I don't have a country accent.
Some people told me that before too, you sound a little country. I'm from C+. I ain't no fucking country.
Baby, I'm from PG County.
I ain't never been nowhere.
I'm not nobody Southern nothing.
I was born uptown. I ain't raised in C+. I don't got no fucking country.
Not nobody country shit. But I think I have the heart and the energy of a Southern belle. And I always said, when I get married, I'm going to marry a Southern man. Now, I don't know how that's going to go because the man that I like, he's from LA. So that's just going to, hopefully he's from Southern LA.
You might got to bring him to where you at.
Or he can be from the south of his area in LA. You know what I'm saying? So technically.
So what's that like? If you were here, what's that like? Southeast? Or would that be Southwest?
For him?
Like, just to compare it, like South LA, is that like Southeast, Southwest? What's South LA?
I don't know. I've been in Inglewood though.
What part is that in? Is that in the South?
I'm not sure. But
that's what I'm trying to
LA's
figure
hoods, like the joints that I was looking at, they pretty. They pretty. Charlotte's hoods are pretty. I was like, this the hood. Southeast look terrible.
So they doing a little.
They getting up. Like the gentrification is helping, but like Baltimore and shit like that, I was like, these are y'all hoods out there.
Yeah,
for y'all. I seen like it was a hood in LA, like a dangerous one, and like they had houses, like they were like single family homes, not boarded up or nothing. You got fairy lights and shit outside. Like this shit was bomb.
Nah, I need to travel more personally. Because, you know, I feel like traveling, as you know what I'm saying, from your experience, other people's experience, it's like just opening up your palette, your appreciation for shit a little more. You know what I'm saying? It's different from what you used to.
I would say get out here. Go, for real. I mean, you have a child. So definitely figure, take it with you or like coordinate, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully that works for you.
Yeah, you probably like to travel.
But it's just like, get out here. I mean, shit, like, you don't need a passport to travel the United States. I want to go to Utah, not to live.
What made you want to go to Utah?
Just to see it. I want to go to all 50 states. I probably like just for a day.
That's big goals. Big goals. You should perform in all 50.
Yeah, like show myself there.
Look for an open mic in all 50.
I want to go to places where it's just like places where you never thought that you would go.
Open mic in all 50 and just go
see everything.
Fuck them up. Let them hate you because you're going to get at least 4 or 5 fans and every joint.
Nah, real shit. Like, I like to go places, and again, I said, like, I don't really tell everybody that I'm a singer because I don't want to come in through the door, like, having people think that I need something from you. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be like, oh, damn, you sing? Let me look into it. And now it's like an organic thing because you came to me. It wasn't like I told you and now you coming over into it. And then sometimes, like, some places I don't think that I need to come here to sing. I'm just coming here, like, you'll see me one day. Again, you will. But it's like some places just be like, I just want to eat my food. You know what I'm saying? And then it's also, that's the first reason why I left, because like being here in the DMV, people be knowing who I am. And it just be like, I get tired of it. So I don't know how I'm going to deal with fame. I don't know how I'm going to deal with it.
That's going to be a different.
I don't know how I'm going to deal with it, because I'm still very much, you see, I just be talking about anything, for real. I'm very much just a regular person, and I'm going to forever remain a regular person. I think I won't surpass a certain level in the music industry because I'm going to remain a person. I'm not going to turn into nobody.
You want to keep your humility.
I want to stay me.
Yeah, keep your humility about stuff you want to
I don't need to be Beyonce.
Because you don't want to lose yourself.
No, I don't.
And that a lot of people lose themselves in the fame.
I don't need to be Beyonce, nothing like that.
So I'm doing one last question. This song that you got coming out, Immature, where were you when you came up with that, when you wrote that, or when you recorded that? Where were you?
I was in my bedroom.
Alright, so let me, where were you mentally and where were you physically, statewide? You traveled.
So I was in Charlotte. It was about probably like a week ago, actually, or a week and a half ago that I made this song. Very quick. But again, I had like writer's block and stuff like that, and I was talking to my man, and I said I had writer's block. He's like, don't say that, like don't claim that. And then my homegirl Treasure, she's a singer out here. She's the new lead singer for the Chuck Brown go-go band out here, and she has showed me like some songs that she's been making and stuff like that. And I was like, hold on. Yeah, she actually just called. We went to the studio tonight. I'm about to leave from right here and go right there.
Where you was was that, man?
But she had, as a matter of fact, I hope she can. What's it called? Grammy. But anyways, no. She was showing me the music. She was showing me her music and stuff like that, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome, because a lot of times I've always been the writer and she's been a big vocal person, so she would help me with placement, and then it kind of switched. Like, I'm just backgrounds, like I've been doing a lot of harmonies and stuff like that, and she's just big on writing now. And she kind of inspired me, like it inspired the shit out of me, and I was like, all right, bet. And so I had found like these 2000s beats, because I've been wanted to do like 2000 songs, and I found like the first one that I had looked up, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the beat right here. So I had got off of work, I went straight home. I didn't come out my clothes, I didn't eat nothing. I just was like, I remember my dad was on the phone. He's like, what you doing? I'm like, I gotta do this hook. Went in the room, started making my little song. And I was just so happy because it was just flowing. I didn't necessarily have like an idea the beat was called Immature. So I was just like, okay, just, rocking with it. I did it backwards. I did the backgrounds before I did the main vocals, which is kind of weird. Don't know how I did that. It definitely did, because that joint actually fired. I don't get tired of hearing it. It's short too. I've also learned in music, like, a lot of these labels don't want to hear anything over 3 minutes.
Yeah, I have noticed that the songs have gotten shorter. Like, I might look at. I scroll down and see how many songs and how long it is.
They don't be more than 3 minutes.
Like,
and your intro to your song can't be no more than like 15 seconds. Like, they really wanted to start.
You gotta draw them in the beginning.
Yeah, I used to love doing, like, especially with Like I Do. Remember, Like I Do had like a minute, maybe like 45 seconds of me just vocalizing. They don't like that shit. It can sound good, but it takes too long to get there.
I heard the reason behind the songs being so short, because if I like it and it's short, I'm gonna play it again. Yeah. Which will up the amount
it's big.
Of
what's that called?
Will up the streams.
It's something with algorithm too on social media. I forget the word. It starts with an I, but it's basically like it's some no, that's not the word. Anyways, it's basically like on social media, like there was this trend that used to go on where people would have a video that was 1 sec retention. So if somebody's on your video and watches it all the way through, if it's 1 second, that person is literally watching this video over and over and over again. So with songs, I kind of look at it like that. They're like, what's your retention with people? Are they listening to the song all the way through? Like, when I look at my stats and stuff like that, when I go through my numbers, they'd be like, people that started the song from start to finish. How did they look it up? Did they search it up? Did it come on a playlist? Like, how is it going?
You know what I noticed too? A lot of people, they will have a song, or they will have it as an interlude. And it'd be short, and it'd be something like, damn, why you ain't make that shit a full song?
I got an interlude.
That's a trick.
What album?
With interlude, where they'd be like, damn, why you ain't make this a full song? People been using that as a trick for a long time.
Yeah, I called it not just an interlude.
Not just an interlude.
It was short though. I was definitely going in on it. It was cool. I got a little fake little rap song on that album too.
Okay, which one is that?
I'll Be. It's nice shit. As a matter of fact, go stream that.
Go check. I'm going to say the same
shit,
shit,
man. I'm
to
listen to that today.
Check out Love, man. Alright. So tell the people one more time where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram at I'm Tatianna. That's I letter M, not I am. Tatianna, that's 2 N's, 2 A's. I don't really use TikTok, but it's Miss TatiannaJ. Apple Music, that's all in my Instagram bio, all that's in there. That's really all I got. I don't use Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. I should probably get on that. But I'm Tatianna is really where you find myself.
I found that you need all that: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all them motherfuckers.
Yeah, all the YouTube and all that extra shit. YouTube and all that stuff, that's gonna be in my Instagram bio. I really run everything off of Instagram, so you can see all of that there. So yeah, I'm Tatianna. It's probably the best to find me at.
Gotcha. And it's your boy Shampoo, aka Big Shampoo. This has been the Unpleasant Thoughts podcast, and want to thank you again for coming through again.
Thank you. I'll be back.
You know what I'm saying?
Again.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come out and see. I might gotta come out shot. You said you did at least 12 months.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We gonna get some food for real.
What's that shit? So delicious.
Soul delicious.
Soul.
When I get back, as a matter of fact, I get back on Saturday. That's exactly where I'm going.
All right, this has been Unpleasant Thoughts Podcast. Time to fucking.
Unpleasant thoughts.
Yes, sir.